Welcome to our podcast episode. Today we're diving into an intriguing video that blends longevity secrets with lifestyle tweaks. It's all about Barbara Taylor Bradford and her advice on staying youthful, despite age.
I'm really excited to unpack this. So Barbara's video emphasizes some key points on anti-aging. Remind me, what's the central hook again?
Sure. So, the video, titled I Avoid 3 Foods and Don't Get Old, Barbara Taylor Bradford Still Looks 59, is packed with tips for, extending youth. It's split into chapters, like Who is Barbara Taylor Bradford? Her 5 Secrets for a Youthful Mindset, and detailed sections on sleep, exercise, and even her top 5 foods that supposedly help keep her looking young.
Right, that's right. And I found it interesting how the content structure flows, from establishing a persona with a bit of star power to getting down to the nitty-gritty of diet advice.
Absolutely. And the pacing is pretty engaging. The video starts by introducing who Barbara is and why people look up to her. Then it dives into the 5 secrets of youth. And it's like, these secrets aren't just about, following a diet. They incorporate self-care mindset, proper sleep, and consistent exercise.
Yes, that integration of mindset with physical habits really sets it apart. But, do you think that combining celebrity opinions with health advice might oversimplify things for some viewers?
Well, that's a great point. I mean, the video definitely has that, inspirational quality, but it might be a bit too broad. It kind of gives you the impression that avoiding just 3 foods can keep you forever young, which, isn't the entire story when it comes to health.
Yeah, right, exactly. It sounds almost like a magic trick. Avoid these foods and stay youthful. But then again, it's probably more about setting a baseline mentality for self-care rather than a miracle cure.
Exactly. It's sort of like a roadmap. Start with your mindset, get your sleep in order, and then, add in exercise. And then there's a whole segment on the top 5 foods that Barbara swears by. These foods, she argues, are not just beneficial nutritionally, but are also, age-defying in some way.
Right. And it's really interesting because the video also breaks down what she avoids eating. That attention on what not to have is almost as important as her recommended foods.
Exactly. It's like she's saying, if you want to keep that youthful glow, you shouldn't just focus on what to eat, but also, cut out things that can accelerate aging. And she pinpoints 3 specific foods to avoid, though the video just hints at the idea rather than giving you a laundry list of do's and don'ts.
And that leads us into, the discussion about how consumers should interpret this advice. I mean, she's offering her personal take, backed by a lifestyle that clearly works for her. But it could be a little misleading if taken as one-size-fits-all advice.
True. There's definitely a blend of personal anecdote and general health tips here. It's, motivational in nature. And while it's fun to hear about someone who appears to have cracked the code to youthful living, it's important to remember that factors like genetics, broader diet, and, lifestyle, play enormous roles that might not vanish with the avoidance of a few foods.
Right, exactly. There's a sort of double-edged sword in mixing celebrity wisdom with health tips. On one hand, it's engaging and, sparks curiosity. On the other, it demands a deeper understanding before you fully adopt the recommendations.
Yeah, and something I found amusing was the way the chapters are structured. It gives it that, DIY self-improvement workshop vibe. First, you get a glimpse of who Barbara is, then the self-care mindset part, and then she segues into concrete aspects like sleep and exercise. It's like, building a house. You set the foundation and then add on the walls and roof.
I like that analogy. It really captures it. But, do you think that in emphasizing her looks, saying she still looks 59 at her actual age, the video might be putting too much focus on appearance rather than overall health?
That's a valid critique. The focus on, remaining youthful in appearance does tend to overshadow a broader message about long-term health. It's a bit, skewed towards aesthetic longevity rather than, say, functional health.
Yeah, exactly. Because true longevity is about so much more than just looking good. It's, about mental acuity, physical performance, and overall life quality too.
Right? And maybe that's why the video includes segments on self-care, mindset, and exercise. Barbara isn't solely relying on the diet aspect. She touches on sleep, exercise, and what she refers to as her top food picks, which, presumably contribute to a more holistic lifestyle.
Yep. And did you notice how the video also includes timestamps and chapters? It makes it easy to, follow along and maybe even rewatch the sections you find most compelling.
Yeah, that's super handy, especially for viewers who want to jump straight to, say, the part on sleep tips or exercise routines. It sort of invites you to engage with the content in your own way.
Absolutely. And the production itself seems pretty polished. Clear chapters, concise advice, and even a hint of humor in how she presents her avoidance of foods. It's like you're getting a quick, energetic crash course on anti-aging.
Right as rain. And speaking of the food aspect, it's interesting how emphasis is placed on what she recommends eating versus what she avoids. It creates a balanced perspective, almost like the yin and yang of dietary advice for longevity.
Yeah, true. But I still feel a bit uneasy about promoting a limited number of foods as magic bullets for, preserving youth. There's a risk of oversimplifying complex nutritional science.
I hear you there. It's always, crucial to dig a bit deeper and consider individual nutritional needs. Relying solely on a celebrity's list without additional context might not work for everyone.
Right, exactly. And since health advice often needs to be personalized, it's important to combine these insights with professional guidance. After all, what works wonders for Barbara might not be the same for someone else with different health considerations.
Yeah, for sure. And another interesting element is the video's visual appeal. It's, multimedia savvy. The thumbnails, clear chapter markers, and even the view count, which, speaks volumes about its popularity and impact.
Definitely. With nearly 4 million views as mentioned, it shows that this mix of celebrity charm and simple digestible tips hits a chord with a lot of people. But I wonder if, in chasing popularity, some nuance might be lost.
That's a good point. Sometimes the focus on view counts and catchy titles, like Don't Get Old, can, oversimplify the broader picture of aging and health. It's a reminder to look beyond the surface and understand the full context.
Yeah, and yet for many this kind of content is a great starting point. It sparks interest and encourages listeners to, explore more about healthy habits and, proper self-care routines.
Absolutely. And it's like, a gateway. You watch the video, get inspired by the idea that you can tweak your habits to feel younger, and then maybe you dive into more detailed research or even consult a professional.
I think that's one of the key takeaways here. Stay curious and, be critical about whose advice you follow and how you adapt it to your own life.
Exactly right. And while Barbara's approach might seem a bit, prescriptive in some parts, it definitely has that energy that makes you want to, take charge of your health. The blend of personal experience with tangible tips creates a lively narrative.
For sure. And as long as we recognize the limitations and understand that it's one perspective among many, it can be a refreshing take on, anti-aging strategies.
Totally. And the video also touches on the idea that health and longevity aren't just about physical appearance. They're about a holistic lifestyle that includes mental well-being. It's like, fostering balance in all aspects of life.
That really ties everything together. And I can see why the channel Healthy Long Life appeals to so many, because they bring various elements together: nutrition, exercise, mindset, and even a bit of celebrity wisdom.
Yeah, and while it's always great to get that quick dose of inspiration, it's important to, remember to critically assess and customize such advice for oneself. It's not a one-size-fits-all solution, right?
Right, exactly. And that's where we can all find value, in exploring these ideas and then, adding our personal spin to achieve long-lasting health.
Absolutely. So, if you're watching that video and thinking of avoiding a couple of foods to stay young, just remember to consider the bigger picture of, overall health and well-being.
Well said. It's all about balance, informed choices, and, taking small steps that add up over time to create a healthy, vibrant life.
Exactly. Thanks for dialing into this discussion today. Hope our conversation gives you a bit more to chew on next time you hit play on that video.
Absolutely. Thanks for the great insights. Catch you next time.